Hey there, welcome back to Vino TV. Today we're taking the show on the road to beautiful La Haska, Pennsylvania, Peddler's Village, and our friends at Chaddsford Winery. Today we're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of two different Chambourcins with the owner and winemaker, Eric Miller. In for a good time. So come on, join me. How are you?
Hey, good to see you.
Thanks for the invite down. I appreciate it.
This is going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Show you these wines.
Welcome back to Vino TV. We're spending some time with owner and head winemaker Eric Miller of Chaddsford Winery. He invited us down here to beautiful La Haska, his Peddler Village tasting room and retail site, to sample two different Chambourcins. So which one are we trying first here, Eric?
That's the Miller Estate. So I grew this on my own property.
Okay.
And the next one is from an all-female vineyard, and she's fabulous. So I thought it'd be interesting to taste them.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Cheers. So this one from your own Miller Estate is the current vintage, 2007?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's really it wasn't a big vintage. It was a very small lot, but well worth it.
Perfect.
I know you don't spit, but I drink all day. I have to spit.
I wish I could drink all day. I don't know if my pancreas could keep up with it.
Spit.
Yes.
You gotta spit.
This is awesome. I don't know why, but I'm getting a little bit of smoke up front. I definitely get a little layer of chocolate, maybe like a shave type chocolate thing. It makes me think that this will go great with some sort of sweet dessert.
I'm one of those people who thinks dry wines don't work with sweet food, so I'm pretty. You won't get me saying yeah on that. You could maybe do a chocolate that wasn't really too sweet or too bitter.
Okay.
Or maybe a chocolate cake or something, because it's got enough fruit behind it, I think, to come through there.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
I not only get that smokiness you were talking about, I get kind of a bacon fat character.
Bacon. Let me try this again.
I think bacon, think about it, you've got your nose over the stove, you've been cooking it.
Do you think you get influenced if somebody says, well, this is what I get out of it, that you automatically get that? Or are you able to discern for yourself some of it, even when you're trying other people's wines?
I am influenced, and that's why I didn't say anything to you when you were first smelling it and tasting it, because I think people are influenced. But they also help you find things that are in there, so you got to talk about it.
I totally agree. I totally agree. That's a little bit of a zip at the end of it. A little snappy, though, but I really like it.
Chambourcin is a fascinating grape. When I use Pennsylvania-grown oak to finish it, so this is an all-Pennsylvania product grown on my property, and when you mix that American oak with the natural grape characteristics, you do get that smoky, bacony, spicy almost
yes.
like a Zinfandel, fruit that's jammy and right behind it, and then doesn't have a lot of tannins, so the acidity shows.
Yes.
And I like the acidity. That's what makes it. I like this with anything with onions. A winter stew with onions. I make a tart with onions. I love to cook with food.
Cooking with food is always good.
No, I'm sorry. I like the food and wine part of it. To me, that's
I knew
the
what you
reason
meant.
I work on it.
Yeah, no, I knew exactly what you meant. I get a little bit of the acid up front as well. It always hits me in my gums and in the front of my mouth, the outside of my tongue, and this tastes good. Chambourcin, to me, again, goes with a little bit of grilled food as well. You were talking about a stew, but I think if we're hanging out with a nice steak or something off the grill, we'd be fine with this.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Although I would grill onions at the same time I was grilling some steak, and then I would guarantee I had a bearing.
So today we're doing two different Chambourcins. How come you have you're sourcing them from multiple places?
Well, I'm fascinated with the grape because it's a unique grape to this area. There are not many places in the world that grow Chambourcin. And it's one of the reasons that we do it here, and I'm not the only Pennsylvania winery who does it, is that it just tastes good. It's at home here. It's not exactly easy to grow, but what you get makes a delicious wine. Can I just go ahead and pour this one?
Feel free.
I'm going to give you a little rinse.
No problem.
This is from a vineyard called Seven Valleys Vineyard. They also have a winery, but their wines don't taste anything like what I do with their grapes. It's an all-female vineyard, and so all the equipment, everything is geared for women on there, and they do an incredible job.
So all women, the women are the actual workers on,
Yep.
on the vineyard. Wow.
Lynn Hunter is the proprietress.
That's interesting.
Cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
So this one is usually a little more jammy. There are some other terms that I use that probably wouldn't sound good on video, so I won't say them. But I think you'll find it's a little richer.
It doesn't, I get the jamminess, I get a little bit more depth, maybe a little bit more fruit in the nose rather, and a little less smoke like we did from the first one, just in the nose.
Yep. But the fruit is a little more broad in the mouth.
Definitely.
This is
Right
more
up my
like a
nose.
Zinfandel. To me, an expensive Zinfandel.
Yes, I totally agree. This, I get that fruit-forward flavor. It went right up my nose the second I took a taste.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Not as high acid, or at least I don't detect it. And definitely doesn't have that smoke flavor. Much more berry, like a darker berry, like a raspberry.
The acidity is almost exactly the same, but this has more body. So the body is covering up the acidity.
Exactly, exactly. So how many Chambourcins do you actually produce in a good year?
It's not surprising for me to have 3. Our Proprietor's Reserve Red is Chambourcin, and it's a delicious wine. A little bit lighter body than this. I do different things. This style is just everything that a vineyard can give me, and I make all the vineyard designated ones, and there are 3, exactly the same way. I crush the grapes, and I don't separate the stems. So all the stems are in there, it all ferments together. It does give it a little bit of tannin, a kind of dry mouth feel, which is not typical for Chambourcins. These vineyard designated are a little bit more gutsy. And they're a little more age-worthy as a result of that too.
Perfect. How long are you typically holding on to them before they end up seeing the bottle?
We bottle in June to August after the harvest, and then usually I keep them in bottle for about 6 months before releasing, and then the fruit's coming back up again.
Gotcha. Do you feel like the Chambourcin is something that you don't have to bottle for very long? 2 years, 3 years, that you can, in 6 months, 8 months, you're comfortable with the character that's released?
I think, oh yeah, because I like it with the big fruit. I'm looking for big ass fruity stuff in there.
Agreed.
So that's what I want. There are some people I know who will age it for 10 years, and yeah, it still has some of that fruit, but I prefer it when it's just jumping out of the glass.
I totally agree. I guess that youthfulness is what makes it pop out of the glass.
Yeah, but I prefer Zinfandels the same way. I like them young. 5-year-old Zinfandels getting old.
I like them young too.
Yeah. We're talking about wine, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we're looking here. This is the Miller Estate, and this is, I believe, $24.99 or $25.99.
You know, I just make it. You're about right. I'm sorry, I don't really.
No, that's okay. And I know this one's $25.99. Both of them can be found at the Peddler Village shop here in La Hosca. It can also be found down in Chaddsford at the winery itself, and you can go onto their website, Chaddsford.com, and pick up the wines at any time. Eric, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it.
I'm delighted that you have interest in this bastard grape because it's unusual and it's good.
It is very good, and like you said, there's many people in Pennsylvania that are doing it pretty well these days, but I think yours is top notch. It's the Cadillac of the state, so I thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Take care.